Last week I got a call from the villa.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was
I'm a celebrity in the house.
So I got a call from the villa for cakes, and chops, and it turns out that they were looking for me. Because I wasn't even online at that time. So they've been trying my life. I don't know how I missed the calls. And so for 2 days, they had been looking for me. It's out for me, it just felt like, you're really good. It was that happy moment for me. Like, I'm like, they're looking for you at the villa, and then so it was very interesting. So, but I said this to say that the strength of our business has been referrals. Yeah. Somebody eat our food, the cake, and this is nice, and they cannot stop sharing the good news. And then every time they have an opportunity to refer us, they do that. Okay. And I'm grateful to everyone who has referred us.
So, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't.
Yeah, of course.
So, for those watching, can you drop your social handles so they can...
Okay, so for Instagram, it's King's Delights 01. And then for TikTok, it's King's Delights 016.
Okay, if you're calling King's Delight,
yeah,
and you cook for Kings,
I was actually coming to
how affordable is this food? The affordability.
Kings are not cheap.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
like
Kings
that.
are not cheap.
Well, straight up.
That. You said your mom really wanted you to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
And you crushed her dreams.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know, and I'd really like again for you to answer me truthfully. If your child comes up to you and said she wants to study food science, or maybe not food science, maybe painting. These are not your typical courses that an average parent in Nigeria would be proud of.
Yeah.
So maybe painting and I know what else? Music. So would you?
Music is paying.
Yeah, but people they're not popular in schools.
Actually, so but although the narrative is changing though.
Yeah,
of course it's changing.
The narrative has changed.
So I want to even go as nail technician.
Yeah.
What's this one now? Beautician.
Yeah, they make a lot of money.
Exactly. So if she tells you, see, mom, just drop that medicine. I want to be a beautician. Would you give her the support?
100%.
You're saying this now.
No.
Until she comes to you.
Because I remember that when my younger sister was going to, start the university, I was of the opinion that she learned something. She learned a craft, something she likes, just anything. Because for me, I've come to love business. I mean, you see the likes of Vicky James. You're talking about beautician. They make a lot of money. In fact, right now, I'm looking at my daughter and I'm trying to see, okay, what is she really good at? So that we can harness this thing. Because as much as education is required, like we say, the narrative is changing. The narrative has changed. And you see that the people making this money are not the doctors, are not the lawyers, are not the engineers. True. They try, but there's money in different places, in places that you cannot imagine. So for me, she has my full support. Okay. 100%.
So I'm going to ask, since the villa is already calling you, so if today the president himself calls you and he says, he gives a blank check, what do you need? So what would you ask for? Okay,
right now I'll ask for my space because we really need our space.
Space as in?
Yeah, like a restaurant, a walk-in. Okay. Because right now we're just an order-based services. So we're an order-based restaurant. So you just make your orders. And so I'd really love for us to have a walk-in restaurant where you can just walk in, dine, and just enjoy the flavors. Yeah, so I'd ask for that.
There was something you said at the start. You talked about the fact that it was majorly challenges that stalled you from becoming a lawyer because, you had financial burdens and all that. Yeah. So it's something you were actually interested in, right? So I just wanted to ask very quickly, if we take you back in time and you had solutions to those challenges, you have all the money, you have everything you need to become a law graduate, you have the support and all that, and you still have food, would you still pick cooking over law?
What I said actually was at 300 level, I was passionate about becoming a lawyer. But aside all of the challenges I was going through, I just lost interest. But knowing what I know now and having to choose, I'll choose catering all over again. Yeah, over again.
So if you're out there, you're listening, you want to become that caterer, now is the time, because it's not just that you fulfill your passion, but it's also very lucrative, right?
Very lucrative, but it takes time to start making the money. So just don't be focused on, because when I started, I was just looking to thrive. I was just looking to live, to exist, to survive, and then as time went on, we kept improving, quality of service, quality of meals and everything. So I said, okay, this is quite lucrative. And then for something that you love, it can also be really stressful, but because you're passionate about it, because you love it, I think it takes away the stress of the work. And with time, you start making the money, good money.
And it's a really competitive space.
Yeah.
I remember back then, the big names were Ify, Joyful Cook,
Yeah.
and other. But
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
but when you come online, you see it. So for me, I like food. So when I come online, I see it flooded with different. So how do you deal with?
Okay, I was actually going to ask.
With competition.
With competition, because it's saturated sector now. Everybody, if I can cook too. Like I'm
So I can cook very well.
should I start selling food now? So, what's a big deal? Why should I order from King's Delight? What sets you apart from others?
I always tell people, try to convince you. You order once and then you're stuck. You're just stuck. I mean, we cook for kings. So, like we're talking about earlier, and then you said, and I was saying that there are cooks and there are cooks. There are some people that just know how to make jollof rice. And then they've set up a business page.
She's good with jollof rice. Yeah.
And they set up a business page, and then they are selling.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to the food business than just being able to make good meals. Good meals is number one. And for us at King's Delight, we pay attention to the quality of ingredients, customer service, and then we're cooking with the mindset that we're cooking for kings. So when you're cooking for a king, like if, you make jollof rice now, if you should get a call from the presidency, make jollof rice, of course, you're going to pay special attention. It's not going to be the way you cook at home. You're making sure that you're getting everything right. For us, this is our everyday life. Right. So we pay special attention. We give. I told you that the strength of our business has been referrals. It tells you that we're getting this thing right. Yeah. If we're getting calls from the villa, we're getting calls from prominent establishment and prominent men in the society, it means that we're doing something right. So we're not just selling food. Beyond the plate, there's a unique service, and amazing meals too.
All right.
So, okay. Just a very quick one. Do you do intercontinental dishes too?
Yeah,
just strictly
we dabble into that once in a while. Okay. Yeah, but it's by the time we have our working restaurant, it's going to be full spectrum. We're going to have everything.
Because there's a demand now for intercontinental.
Yeah.
You have Singaporean noodles.
Yeah, we do that.
For sushi and the like.
Yeah, we do that.
I like the way you're playing.
Okay, should we let her go or she should drop one recipe for us?
Okay.
No.
Okay, just tell us one tip or maybe say what now? What's the most popular food? Jollof rice.
Okay.
Just one or two tips. Just give us that small secrets.
Okay, so quality to good jollof rice. It's your tomato mix. If you get it right at your tomato mix, you cannot go wrong. In getting right your tomato mix, you have to use the freshest of ingredients. So you see, when I go to the market, I like to do market runs myself because I want to know what I'm buying. In fact, yesterday I was going to make like a vegetable sauce. And then I went to the market and then I saw water leaf. I just wanted to make this alejo, just sauce with fish. And then I saw water leaf and it was so fresh. And I had to change my menu. And I had to cook soup, because it was really fresh. So we are looking at the quality of tomatoes. There's a kind of tomatoes we use for the tomato mix.
So detailed. Okay, so thank you so much. So any final words before we call it a wrap?
Okay, so if you're in a place, like she said earlier, where you're stuck between your passion and then what you read in school, and then you're trying to figure out how it's going to work. Because a lot of times we can remain stuck. I tell myself that, imagine I started when I had that dream in 300 level, I think I would have been in a much better place. So my word to dreamers, my word to people who want to start, and they're just thinking, how am I going to do? Just start from where you are. You figure it out. Clarity will come along the way. You'll be fine.
Okay. You've had her start from where you are.
Yeah.
Gift, you can close for us. Okay, let me give her the honor.
Oh, really? I know we're having these honors, and now I'm stuck. What do I say? Well, I enjoyed myself. I hope you did. And most importantly, I also hope you learned a lesson from this, which is the fact that you should follow your passion. And most importantly, not just following your passion, be guided by purpose. There was something she said that struck me. She said she already knew that this is where God wanted her to be. I don't think there's anything that supersedes that. And today, Vila is calling her because she's right where she ought to be.
Yeah.
So follow your dream, seek God, and trust me.
Yes. And don't be all about the money.
Yeah.
Of course.
What's the in thing in society?
Yeah. So don't allow society pressure you that you must study this or that to become that person that you ought to be. So just follow your dreams and see you at the top.
All right. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.
Yes, very important. Subscribe. I'll come for your lives.